Here's today's Reddit story. It's from the subreddit TIFU, and it's titled TIFU by accidentally making a sticky bomb and chemical warfare instead of frozen yogurt. So, my wife had surgery on Thursday. Nothing major, but she's going to be sore for a couple of days and not be able to use any abdominal muscles from the incisions. Being handy in the kitchen, I wanted to make some food for her that was a bit extra. Her first meal after getting out of the hospital was a stuffed onion ring burger with loaded mashed potatoes. Like I said, I'm being extra. It's a whole thing. I had this idea for a lemon honey froyo that I was excited to make for her. It's about 9 a.m. at this point, and I was tired of doom scrolling on my phone in bed and decided to get up to make this dish. I knew she was going to be out for a while because the anesthesia hangover is a hell of a thing. Grab my keys, run to the store, grab Meyer Lemon's Greek yogurt and honey. Head home, grab the juicer, and produce way too much lemon juice. See, I know I can't use all this lemon juice, so I put it in a pot and cranked the heat to reduce it. I brought some pH strips to see how acidic the mixture is, because I know that I can't mix straight lemon juice and yogurt without curling. I take a strip, dunk it down, and mutter to myself, yeah, that's pretty red. I simmer the juice for 45 minutes until I'm left with a dark yellow sludge. I take the pH strip, dunk it, and it comes out bright red, indicating that it's gone more acidic while concentrating. Here's the F up. I neutralized acids before, but I always use baking soda. So I poured the hot lemon juice into a blender cup, added honey and baking soda. I initiated the blending for 3 seconds and then took it off. I go to unscrew the cap and it's not coming off. I'm putting my full weight into this thing and it's not budging. This is a first. I'm weighing my options and bring the blender cup to my face to look at the contents. Bubbles. Like a lot of bubbles. Too many bubbles. Chef, you ignorant slut, you must have just mixed baking soda and vinegar like a grade school volcano. I realized what's in my hand and decided that if this thing is going to happen, it's better that it happens outside. So I start running to the sliding door. I make it about 3 steps and pop. Well, now I say pop, but realistically, it was more of a gunshot sound. The shock is starting to set in a bit. My hand is numb, and my first thought is that, oh God, I lost my hand. I look down and we're good to go. Hand is there, if not incredibly painful. That's when I start looking around. There's lemon sticky sludge everywhere. The blast zone on the floor is incredible, and the force with which the blender cup exploded left a large divot in the flooring. Everything is covered. The walls are covered, the ceiling is covered, I'm covered. Wonderful. Wasting no time, I know that it's gotta get clean. First and foremost, I'm not working in sticky clothes, so I threw my shirt and pants into the wash and put on some flip-flops. To make this context even better, I'm wearing boxers with little cartoon bats on them. This becomes important. Assessing the situation, this looks like a job for bleach. I grab my Clorox and begin spraying. Spraying. Why am I woozy? Oh, is that because I just make chloramine gas by combining bleach and whatever the hell mix I have? Apparently. So now I'm lightheaded and it hurts to breathe. This is the exact second when my cat runs out right through ground zero and gets bleach and sludge on her paws. I scoffed her, took her to the bathroom, ran some water, and washed her paws. She's only a year old, so she's not too familiar with this water business, and proceeds to flip out, and now I have claw marks down my chest with a decent amount of bleeding. But she's contained, and I consider this a win. I leave her in the bathroom and close the door. The only option I have to protect myself is a neck gaiter that I have from the video game Dishonored 2 and a pair of swimming goggles. But honestly, most of the gas has left since all of the windows are open. I start scrubbing and then break out the steam mop. Unfortunately, as I learned in hindsight, all this literally did was stretch out the honey to a thin film across the entirety of the house, so all the floors were sticky, but at least they looked clean. I cleaned the walls and broke out the ladder to get to the ceiling. This is the moment my wife walks out of the bedroom. So post-surgery 14-hour sleep, this is what she sees. Her husband in bat boxers standing on a ladder in the kitchen, wearing flip-flops, goggles, a neck scarf, holding a bottle of bleach and a sponge, blood on the chest, and a cowlick in the hair from the sludge. I yelled, "I can explain everything!" TLDR. Tried to make frozen yogurt, end up making a chemical reaction explosion that coated a 20-feet radius blast zone, and made poor choice in cleaning up that led to toxic gas, blood, and a very confused wife. Yeah, really, really dumb things. So let's see what the commenters have to say. The first commenter says, "I'm really curious about the use of bleach. Hot water would have softened the honey and make it easier to wipe up." The OP does respond by saying, "Bleach is just my go-to. I clean my countertops with it a lot since I do a lot of cooking. I need to kill the bacteria from raw meat. Bleach just seems to be the easiest thing to use. Obviously, if I had to do it all over again, I would make several different decisions. But then it wouldn't be an F-up now, would it?" Another commenter gave another suggestion. It says, "I was going to suggest degreaser. Working in kitchen for 10 years, light messes are cleaned with a wet rag soaked in sanitizer. Heavy messes get degreaser. Screw bleach. I want nothing to do with bleach. Great at sanitizing, but not for breaking down and cleaning gunk. It's useless. Only time I use bleach is when I'm out of quat, and even then it's just a splash in a bucket of water. But without fail, I end up with a bleach spot on my clothes. My chef pants look like an inverse leopard." Edit to add, "I actually need to get an all-good-purpose degreaser for home. The other day, I realized I can get a gallon of the commercial concentrate at Costco. It'll be great, but at the same time, I feel like I may end up making the same mistake as you and create chemical weapons." The OP responds, "Ooh, good advice. Thank you." Another commenter says, "It's really cheap and easy to buy frozen yogurt, right? Glad you survived to scrub another day." OP responds, "Teach a man to buy frozen yogurt, he will have dessert for the evening. Teach a man to make frozen yogurt, you have an entirely different set of skills on your hand. Plus, a chef. I like learning how to make things. It's a hobby. It's a passion. It's me." Another commenter wanted to know the wife's reaction. The commenter says, "So what does she have to say about this situation?" OP responds, "She lifted up her feet a couple of times, noting the stickiness on the floor, looked at me, and just went to the bathroom to brush her teeth. Lol. When she was done and I told her the full story, she laughed until her stitches hurt and said that the frozen yogurt I attempted to make sounded like it would have been delicious." Aw, that's so sweet. Anyways, I found this story hilarious. It's very sweet that the husband was trying to do something extra to make his wife feel better after her surgery. I really enjoyed this story, and I hope you guys did too. So leave in the comment of what you guys thought of the story. And if you like these types of stories, remember to continue to like and subscribe. I'll talk to you guys later.